With detachment will come this deep inner calmness, quietude. You just revel in the truth you have found. And devotion, it is a kind of deep devotion to the truth that brings you into that state. At the heart of all spiritual striving is this element of devotion. You should know this. Don't think knowledge is one thing and the path of bhakti is another thing. Unless you are devoted to your effort, to your goals, we are not going to get it even in the path of knowledge. So mastering our entire bhav shakti, the power of emotion raised to a certain pitch when it becomes devotion. Unless that is done, we don't even get this realization. So in order to do that only is detachment from other things which attract, which pull our senses. And it will come to quietude, a deep inner calmness, stability, a level of consciousness which the world cannot shake. This is a possibility. And that is why it is important to develop this devotion to truth. They don't think knowledge is bereft of devotion. In fact, the highest knowledge and the highest devotion are one and the same thing. Sri Ramakrishna used to say this. He used to say there are three classes of devotees. The first class, he used to call it the inferior class. If you ask them where is God, they will say God is up there above the clouds. He's sitting somewhere and managing this world. And if you ask the second mediocre class, where do you find God? They will say, why God is in our hearts. He is the Antaryami. But if you ask the superior devotee, where is God? He will say, why God only has become all of this? Advait Drishti. Everything is only God. Thakur says that is the superior devotee. That is superior devotion to God. It is the direct insight into reality. Brahman alone is appearing as every object in this world. Brahman appears to itself in the form of an object. All appearances and disappearances are in Brahman. One who sees this is the greatest devotee, Sri Ramakrishna says. He also used to give a very beautiful example. He used to say, the roof is made of the same stuff that the stairs are made of. And in those days, you see, it was brick, lime, brick dust, maybe not that much of cement. Today you can say cement also. So all this stone and brick and cement, what the roof is made of is what the steps are made of. But you require to climb the steps to go to the roof. He used to say the roof is the absolute. The steps are this universe and all the actions that we perform in it. So you use the steps to go to the roof. Finally, you see that everything is the same stuff. Again, you see Advaita Drishti. When you go to that level, you will see oneness. Then you can even come down and be in your room. You don't have to be in the roof all the time. Because it's the same thing. But that reaching the roof is important. He used to say, Sri Ramakrishna used to say, from the Leela, you go to the Nitya. And once you have realized the Nitya, you can come back and stay in the world of Leela. Bhakti Bhaktaniya Thaka, he used to say, with God and his devotees. Then it becomes a Kuti. It is no more a place of terror and fear, the world. It becomes a very beautiful place where you live in God consciousness with his devotees. It's a mansion of mirth. It's a place of great joy. But we must develop that inner maturity. As long as we have not discovered that inner I, the pure I, it will always be I versus the universe. And that's a very bad state to be in. So you see, you can actually relish life in the world only when we have this higher consciousness, when we have an insight into it, when we have realized it. Thakur also used to say, Aam khete ischo aam khe ja. You have come to eat mangoes and be happy. Don't go around the mango orchard counting the number of trees and twigs and leaves. Eat the mangoes and be happy. Which means this world is meant for, experience. But the highest experience lies here. Touch this consciousness and everything will be an explosion of that awareness. Everything will give you joy. There is no higher gain than that. Devotion and knowledge are the cream experiences of human life. Pure devotion and pure knowledge. So somewhere we should gain that, isn't it? This world is a school where it teaches us our lessons. We grow up, but then the real cream of life lies in knowledge and devotion. Pure knowledge and devotion, this level, not just ideation. So it is important to, climb this ladder and gain higher and higher levels of happiness. As we move on in life, this is the maturity of life, that my happiness now is in something higher than the ordinary. I have developed the higher taste. And Sri Ramakrishna also gives the very simple methods towards this developing devotion, developing knowledge. He says, first point, he says, for developing devotion, especially he puts this condition. Our taste for His name, His bhav, for love of God, that is the priority of life. And gun, I am able to make a dharana of His nature, which means automatically I have become divine. When you can conceive of the nature of the Lord, you have got that quality in you. Otherwise, you can't do it. Yes. So, as we go on thinking about the nature of the Lord, the nature of this cosmic consciousness, you will imbibe it. It will become our own nature. So, Tar Naam Guna Kirtan. This should be the nature of our mind. It constantly dwells on these things. And then he says, secondly, Vivek Vairagya. Discernment and giving up what pulls you down, keeping it at a little distance. Vivek is this kind of philosophical discernment, ability to see what is real, what is temporary, what is permanent, what is really giving me bliss, and what is giving me just temporary stimulation. This clear discernment, then only we will invest in the real and the permanent and let go of the transitory. Vivek, and second is Vairagya. Keeping what is attracting you but you know it's not good for you, keeping that at a little distance. That is Vairagya. Whether we are sadhus or householders, these are fundamental conditions for the higher life. And third is sadhusam, satsang, which means close association with the holy, with the elevated. Then only our minds will rise. If we are too bold and feel, no, I can associate with just anybody and I'll be fine, you try and see, it won't be so. That is why the importance of places like these, consecrated spaces, places for tapasya, where you can have the solitude, the silence for the inner search. Very important, all this. This is how we gradually build our lives. Sri Ramakrishna has outlined this. Again and again, you will find it in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. This is the way to develop devotion. See, the steps are very simple. Whether it is devotion to a personal God or devotion to the truth of Brahman, devotion is the same. It's the feeling of your heart, the intense longing of your heart for the higher life. So it doesn't matter what exactly you are seeking in spiritual life, but the devotion is important. The jnani is the greatest devotee, please know. He has invested his entire prana into the search. That level of devotion. So this is very much required, and for that the preliminary condition is detachment. So Ashtavakra is now going to tell us about detachment means what? Does it mean physically withdrawing from something which is not congenial? Many times you can't do that. Many times you are in surroundings where physically you cannot detach from your job suddenly. You cannot move out of your family suddenly. What does detachment mean? It means removing the will from what you don't need for your inner life. Extracting your will, your intent, your motive, making the motive spiritual, turning it inward. That is in your hands. If your will is detached from selfish actions, selfish gains, just worldliness, then automatically your prana will detach. Your pranic energy will come into your hand. Now concentration will become possible. It becomes a dedicated life. It is dedicated to the higher search. So remember, detachment is of the will and not of running away here and there physically, not of the body, not even of your thoughts, because you will have to be involved in that will. But your will is detached. Somewhere a part of you your motive has become spiritual. You have withdrawn from sheer worldliness and turned inward. If this detachment has come, a deep shanti comes into the system. Your walk and talk and presence will be calm, and your presence will be motivating to others. Your calmness, you carry your calmness with you. Your mind will be clear. It will stay clear. With detachment comes this. It won't remain agitated. Your very behavior is placid and calm. You are approachable and you are reliable. So only with detachment this comes. As long as you see every little bit of information on the net is stimulating you, every video is sparkling your attention, this will not happen. Detachment means, that's why I told you it's of the will is now terrifically focused towards the goal. You are in the same place, you are with the same people, but you are detached. That is the real hero. Especially in the life of the Grihastha, you cannot go anywhere else for long periods of time. Please know this. So, practice detachment where you are.
Hope you enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned and like and share our videos. Thank you so much for being with us. Namaskar.